Hi, this is a quick video on how to achieve hiring criteria alignment. It is part of the high volume recruitment playbook. This is a critical step. If you've watched some of the other workflow videos, I reference this video in pretty much all of them. The reason being, we think it is the most important part of designing a recruitment workflow is to first get consensus from your key stakeholders, the different opinions and heuristics and perspectives in your organization on what you should be looking for when you recruit into that specific role, that specific position. And we call this hiring criteria alignment. I'm going to take you through the steps of achieving it now. So, not to complicate things, I'm just going to drag my face over here. But what we want to get to is what's in the middle of the screen there, that light blue box, which is an ideal candidate profile. This is something that hopefully all the stakeholders that are involved in deciding upon will ultimately agree upon. You are about achieving, your goal is to achieve consensus from different people with different opinions on what that candidate profile looks like. But you can see that there's a couple of steps that need to happen before you can have that conversation. And the first one is really important. It's something called a job analysis. Let's dive into what a job analysis is. So, a job analysis, I'm going to move you over to the left side of the screen here. A job analysis is a tool that can be conducted via surveys, via face-to-face interviews, via various kind of structured conversations that you can have with existing employees. And the goal of a job analysis is to get to the truth around what people do, what they spend their time on in terms of tasks within a role, the attributes that are required to complete those tasks well, and ultimately as well, what people find challenging and rewarding about a job. There are lots of uses for a job analysis, but we're purely focusing on the recruitment use case, which is about deciding what criteria you should be assessing in candidates when recruiting into that position. And the best way to do that is to find out from people in the role what they actually do, what they think makes them do those things well. Now, our tool, Signal by ThriveMap, enables you to do that very quickly. It is a customizable survey that will go to existing employees and take them through a structured series of questions in order to get this information. What happens then is this information creates a big report, a lot of data, and there's a process of consolidating that data down to a usable report. And you can see there on screen that creates kind of like a visual chart of the key attributes required to perform the role well. Those attributes are the crux, that's the first point of conversation to take into the next step of achieving hiring criteria alignment. In terms of the number of people to send it to, we recommend between 10 and 20. It's going to require a minimum of 5 people contributing their thoughts to the survey. People can add whatever they want to that survey. However, the customization element means that you're able to help them along that journey. So kind of provide some example tasks that you think they might do, provide some example attributes that you think might relate to doing those tasks well. Once you've got that job analysis survey, you're going to take it to the next step, which is an ICP workshop, ideal candidate profile workshop. Again, you can call it something different. It's just our language at ThriveMap. Ultimately, you're going to pick a hiring committee. So who do you want involved? Who has an opinion on who gets hired and how people are assessed? It's obviously going to be hiring managers. It's going to be recruiters, talent acquisition. You're perhaps going to have people from HR or people team. You're going to have role experts potentially involved in that committee. You might have training and development, etc. The goal is that if anyone has an opinion on what you should be looking for in new hires, a strong opinion, they should be heard and they should be in that workshop. It's their chance to volunteer their opinions, their thoughts, contribute their ideas in order to get to a hiring criteria that everyone can agree upon. You're going to start by bringing in that job analysis report. And the reason you're going to do that is it's going to hone the conversation in on the truth, which is what people are actually doing. Now, the job analysis is one lens through which to see the role, and that is the lens of people doing that job day to day. But your hiring managers, the people that train those role experts, are going to have a different lens. They're going to have opinions on what makes people do the job well and not so well. They're going to maybe have some different attributes that maybe the people in the role aren't aware of. And that is really important lens. So this is a top-down lens, the workshop, whereas the job analysis is a bottom-up lens. Both of those perspectives are really, really important when it comes to achieving consensus. What you're going to do is take them through the job analysis report, and you're going to ask people which ones of this job analysis report are we absolutely certain we need to be assessing and why, and what is the priority order of these attributes as well. So it may be that you've got a whole bunch of attributes, maybe half a dozen, and you've agreed upon the attributes and you've agreed upon their definitions. but they've got different priority weightings. So some hiring managers may say, well, look, I think this behavior is more important than this skill, or this behavior is more important than that behavior, etc. What you're going to do then is get that list in a priority order, and then you're going to ask them for tasks and scenarios that you can use in your assessment of candidates. Now, your assessment of candidates might be an online assessment, such as the realistic job assessments we create at ThriveMap, or it could be just an assessment in person at interview, etc. And it's best to have practical types of assessments. So, if we're talking about something, I don't know, attention to detail, how does that show up in the role? So, what task can we give candidates to actually assess whether they have the correct attention to detail that we look for in new hires or not? That is going to be way more effective at analysing someone's capability than asking them questions about, the last time they demonstrated good attention to detail. So, what you're going to get from this hiring committee, if you can, in this workshop, are some tasks and scenarios that will be good ways to assess the attributes that you have agreed upon. That is ultimately how you're going to achieve hiring criteria alignment. You're going to take those attributes away, draft them up, or your assessment provider such as us can facilitate and do that for you. And then you're going to send it through to the hiring committee and get their sign off on it. So look, we've all agreed that these are the attributes we're going to assess. We've also got these tasks and scenarios that we feel are relevant. Are we happy that if we design an assessment, it's going to assess these things? Are we happy that at interview, you're going to be assessing them against this criteria? Have we missed anything? Are we all in agreement? Great, we are. We can move on to designing that recruitment workflow so it works for everyone. Okay, that was a quick video on how to achieve hiring criteria alignment. Hope you enjoyed it. Plenty more videos in this playbook. I look forward to hearing your comments and hopefully like and share this video if it was valuable. Thank you.